So this is how it feels to suffer, and I had so much to say, but it's over now, and I'm going down alone. Oh no, I've no guarantees. I'll recognize my disease before my time is gone. It is all I've found. Can't get the hell off the ground, out from under my feet. Promises and wishes all mean nothing when it's me that I'm speaking to. Wanting something won't mean I will see it through. Need to see these visions to remind me that I'm dying reasons for living when I'm the one missing them. Wanting, dreaming that I may find where they come from. Find where they come from. So this is how it feels, you sucker. And you had so much to say. But it's over now. You're finally going down alone.
Neat. I actually really liked those two songs we played. So the second one was, I'm actually going to hit back and it might start playing, but I'll stop it.
So this is how it
Under My Feet by Cell Dweller. Some of their stuff is but a lot of their stuff is good. And then the first one was Auto Magic, one word, by Televisor. I'm saying this out loud to you guys, hoping that I will remember these songs and I can play them next time. I also realize that I'm not on the speaking screen. So here, wait, was I on bye the whole time? It's like, bye! Stream's starting, bye! I just leave. I actually did leave. I booted the stream and then I left. So I had to go get a package. It was the one that was supposed to arrive yesterday for Fred with his fight stick. My hair is shitty today. Because it only survives one day. Okay, do we care? That's fine. Whatever. We're done now. Hi, guys. Ugh, my eyes are not cooperating, and I slept like poop. So if you see me, like, hardcore leaning in, I still have not fixed any stuff. God, I'm so fucking tired. Nothing was working this morning, and it was terrible. But hello, how are you? I want to thank GSM Podcast, Pucks Gaming, Darth Luke, Deuces, Siegeman, Monk Tai, Diamond Jeeb, Oh My Fiona, and N Green for the hosts. Oh my gosh! It's Fabio, aka Tim. I had to lean way the fuck in there. Oh, that is awesome. That looks great. His hair is so luxurious. It'd be really funny if it allowed you to just have the whole lock of hair happening. So I'm ready to, well, I'm not ready, but I'm going to hop right into the game because I was late. I was trying to fix the background noise on my mic, but by the time I found the way that I wanted to do it, I didn't have time to actually learn the setup. So it's not set up, but it's the same as yesterday. Which also means I didn't, of course, the day I'm like, I'm gonna fix all my tech problems, yeah, is the day that I don't sleep. So then I finally do sleep between like 10 and 12, and then I don't have that much time to set up. So I'm here. I also forgot to do a vanity check, which means putting just a little bit of makeup on the red spots. I'm also suddenly very warm. What the shit? Alright, I'm gonna open the window. And I have to, before I forget, before we start the game. How do I do this? I have to, oh, it doesn't have me logged in. That's weird. I have to upload my time for Hearts of Stone, but it's like saved all under The Witcher time. So I have to. It was so cold this morning though. I don't know, hopefully window will be good. Otherwise I have to change my entire outfit because tank top is not gonna cut it. I like put socks on and everything. This is a disaster. My day is a disaster. Okay, so options. I just have to do this before I boot up the game. And I apologize, but I must. Let's do this. Let me do this over here so I can at least read chat. I feel like I pooped myself, but my sleep was okay at least. That's good. I'm sorry that you feel like poop, but I'm glad that you slept. I feel so shitty. It's okay. Hey, jump poop. Band W. Oh. Cheese? What? Oh, that's for the hair. It's Tim and then like cheese hair. That's kind of funny. I haven't been keeping up much with Heroes of Fitness since I don't play HOTS. And I'm in blackout mode for Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah. Thank you, Kaylee, for the host. When am I their makeup? Stop. It's not a full face of makeup. I literally put like a dot on my finger and I'm like, there's a giant red spot here, and I just go doot 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 doot, and then that's all I do. I don't have the patience for other things. Unless I'm going to a wedding, then I'll do like full makeup. And by full makeup, I mean like concealer over my full face, maybe mascara, and the teensiest bit of lipstick. That's it. But not like even that you can tell it's lipstick. I dab the lipstick on, and then I rub it. So it's basically just a little bit of pigment. It's not like you can't get it on your teeth, if that helps. Who is that helping? I have another one of these today, so hopefully this will start perking me up soon. I was up since like 6:20 in the morning. And for those of you who don't know, I do. I dab. I dab on my makeup. Whoa, 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 whoa. So for those of you who don't know, I normally get up at 10 a.m. So me being up at like 6:20 and I went to bed at like 2:20 was really early. So once after Fred left at like past 8, I was watching the Dota Kiev Major, and I think I managed to drift off a little bit before 10. So I got a little bit more sleep, but it made me feel worse. I actually felt like alert and awake when I got up at 6. It was terrible, and I was like, I didn't get enough sleep, and this is gonna be shitty. Where's The Witcher? Here we go. The Witcher 3. So it has 119.58, 119.58, 119.58, 119.58, 119.58. What was it? 119.58. Now I have to compare this to the other thing. 119.58 minus 103.22. Okay. I have to write this down. I can't do math in my head. Like, it takes me a long time normally. 119.58, 103.22. I just know that I'm way too tired. Okay, so 6 and 3 and 6 and 1. Okay, so 16 hours and 36 minutes. I know that was, like, embarrassing. You guys are like, I got it already. Jesus. She's so slow at the math. And I'm like, I know, guys. I know. Have you ever played Asterisks? Asterisks? No one should ever have a dab emote. Went to bed at 3:30. I think I woke up at 9:30. Blech. 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 Okay. So now that... No, why did I click on this? I forgot how to do everything. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this whole week so far. It's been a fucking disaster. I really... You know what? I'm going to talk about... I really enjoyed Here to Stune. I liked everything except for the stupid Vladimir quest. I couldn't stand him. And it was so long. Like, multiple... I want to know exactly how long it is so I can be properly angry. Like... Wait, why? Why was that so long? Like, real time, not even in-game time. Real time, it took me like 3 or 4 hours. What the shit? Why? Why would you force me to be in this mission for that long? And that's literally what it did. It just dragged it out and dragged it out and dragged it out. It was terrible. So I hated that, and then the whole thing with Shani wasn't in keeping with the first game at all, so that was like, I had like a super high, realizing that she was there and in the game, and I got so excited, and then I was like very steadily declining with the Vladimir thing, and then I just was like, I wouldn't say that I crashed with the end of the whole like Shani relationship thing, but it was like a huge disappointment after hours of real-time frustration. I was like, oh, okay. Like, they didn't even let me have the enjoyment of like even pretending like anything could happen for more than like a half hour maybe. I was like, damn, son, that's harsh. That's harsh. Okay, I think this is proper now. You must enter a platform! It's a PC. Everything I play is PC. Just know this. You feel the same? About which part? All of it? Because that's cool. You can always watch the VOD to live this experience all over again. You know what? I think I'll just stick with the super high, the highlight of me freaking out when I realized that she was here. Alright, so now I know that took longer than I intended because I'm sincerely brain dead today. Vladimir was hilarious in your opinion. Yeah, I know, I realize a lot of people feel that way, but I was very annoyed. And because I was annoyed, spending hours with this character I didn't like was not fun. Alright, so now that I've got the hours logged for how long to beat, and I took Hearts of Stone, Shani and Vladimir, the whole DLC was a mess in your opinion? I wouldn't say that. I liked the other quests that we did. I liked the other stuff that happened. I thought that it was interesting and I enjoyed playing it. Like, really, if you took out that Vladimir bit, I would have said, oh, I really loved Hearts of Stone. Even with the Shani disappointment. That would have been my one gripe with it. You know, also, if you took out those 3 or 4 hours of me being frustrated with Vladimir, that's how long to beat. That was the time that it was supposed to take me. Blood and Wine time? Yes. I was just looking it up. So, this DLC is supposed to take me 28 hours, 24 minutes, approximately. I know that it's probably not exactly that, but I have it. Stop! Every fucking screen is different with this stupid webcam now. It's a lot heavier than my old one. Everything's a disaster. Everything technological has been just a fucking wreck. There's not supposed to be boobies in the screen, and I hate it! But I don't want to tilt it, like, super far up, because then you're, like, looking up my face, and that's weird. And I specifically, before I went live last Friday, I specifically spent time cropping my camera so that you couldn't see any chest or cleavage or anything in the frame. So I'm upset that it's happening the last 2 days. I don't know if I'm just sitting up straighter today or what, but I'm pissed. Pissed! Mike, you should know better. Don't say shit like that. I'm purging you. You should know better than that. I'm gonna boot up the game now. Not that I mind, but I think some of your monitors in the camera shot. Yeah, I figured it was when thank you for pointing it out, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you for pointing it out. I was aware that it was probably happening, and I have since fixed it. I thought it was a pretty cool modern retelling of the Faustian legend. I don't actually know the legend, so to me it was new information. And yo, people love boobies. I know, but that's what these are for.
We came to see naked girls.
That's what those are for.
I see you gather before me. Hungry, terrified, clutching your babes.
Maybe a small tripod, if you can use that on your cam. I'm working with what I have. I just... See, now it's scooted over. I guess it's fine. I'm not gonna touch it. Not gonna touch it. I can't just sit here fucking... dicking around with this shit. At least it's sitting straight now. It was bothering me that it wasn't straight. Everything's bothering me! One day I will have all of this set up, just like, it'll just be set up. I guess this is okay. I hate everything. I'm so cranky today. I apologize. I'm hoping that I'll get absorbed into the game and the story, and then I won't be cranky anymore. I mean, I can try to have adult time with those, but I don't promise. Oh boy. But yeah, in terms of my setup, I'm working with what I have. I don't have a steady income, so I can't just go buying shit. I've already bought a lot of stuff for streaming purposes, but I just can't... I can't just go doing that. Have a fucking chicken sandwich. Mostly because there was one. I also get really irritated when I'm not, like, centered in front of my thing. So cranky. Alright, meet the Knights from Toussaint in Holloway. What else do we have? I don't think we have anything else. I could do these. I really don't care. I don't think either of these are better than what I'm wearing anyway. So I don't give a fuck. This is all Gwent. Gwent, 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 Gwent. Fuck this still. Gwent. So all we have is main quest. Woo! If I come across any exclamation points on top of folks' heads, I will probably gather them. However, look how pretty. That's nice. That's nice. Have a Snickers? You're not you when you're hungry. Womp womp. I don't like nuts though. Oh, do I have to go through a cave for real? I mean, I guess I could have jumped in the water. I suppose this cave wasn't that annoying? Question mark? It was annoying enough. I don't like being in caves, and I've totally, just at the last moment, saw that that was a giant drop down. Okay. Have a honeycomb! A honeycomb. Hey Joe! 350 told me how you ended. Hearts of stone. Care to explain? Explain? Explain what part? What am I explaining? Is the wolf armor the DLC exclusive? Wolf armor? What do you mean? What do you mean? Also, let me use what? Oh, sheep. Hold on. Oh, Fury Kiwij. Ooh, armor piercing. Why can't I equip this? What the motherfuck? I'm level 30. There we go. I don't know why that happened. Oh, Iris has no special abilities, but Iris, yo. Weapon charges with energy during combat. When its color changes to red, a strong attack will release this energy in an extra powerful strike at the cost of part of the attacker's vitality. Why don't you have runes on your weapons? Because. It's the only answer I can give you. Because. Whee! Show me what you got. There are multiple endings. Tell me what you did. Okay. Well, Shawnee wanted my help. So we went and talked to Professor Dude. And he stepped out of the circle and died. Even though we tried to have him not do that via cutscene. And then we met in that place I just left, the Temple of Whatever. And dialogue happened, and I chose to help. See, I didn't remember there were choices. I was like, I clearly helped the guy, and that's all I remembered, but now I'm going through it, I remember the little things. So I chose to help Olgierd. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't resist. I was like, ah! Helping! All the time helping. And I chose to do a challenge rather than, I forget the other option, probably like trying to murder a thing. You better put some runes or I swear to God! So that's what happened. And I tried to figure out the riddle before I clicked on let's do this, and I couldn't do it. My brain had no food yesterday. I hadn't eaten. By the time I finally ate, it had been 26 hours since the last time I had eaten. This was not on purpose. I just didn't realize that the DLC was going to take me quite that long. I thought I only had a couple of hours left, and I was like, oh, I'll just, start the stream, play for 2 hours, and then I'll take a break so I can eat something. And it just, kept going and going and going and going until 7 when I'm supposed to stop anyway. And I was like, well, I haven't eaten now, and my brain has no nourishment, and so it has ceased to function. I'm also just really bad at riddles. I'm not very good at riddles. So the combination of those things. And I panicked and I lost a couple of times and had to redo it. It took me a while to figure out that I was like, what can I was looking around for a puddle on the ground for a while. And then I was like, well, let me see where there's a fast travel. And then I was like, I was like, what do I have in my inventory? Can I use something in my inventory to create a puddle? And I happened to go into Witcher Sense near the fountain because I was like, maybe he'll say, oh, I have some water in my bag, let me pour it in the fountain. And then I saw that you could get water, and I did. And I also, when I told him about the rose, I said that it was, that she didn't want to exist anymore. which is harsh. But I just want to fast travel. I'm so sleepy. Thank you, Douse, for the host. Bloop. But when are runes worth it? I feel like a 2% increase on something is meh. I mean, part of the Stonecutter Summit. Part of the reason that I don't do it is yeah, that's because you have to destroy whatever to get the runes, and I didn't have a lot of the runes that I liked, essentially, and I don't have the ability to create them. So like, I would put them into stuff that I don't care about, that I know is going to be replaced, essentially. So, like my feline gear, I don't touch because I don't want to have to destroy it. I know it's kind of silly, because I'm making the gear worse by not upgrading it, but I don't want to put in runes of the glyphs or whatever, and then I'm not going to destroy the sword because I need it to make the next version of the sword. But I want that rune. It's the only one that I have that I enjoy. So I just end up not doing anything. Or like sentimental swords like Iris. I will probably never put runes into Iris. Or I might. I don't know. Okay, so this takes vitality though. That's good to know. I didn't read the rest of it. I read almost the whole thing. Oh, I didn't know that. When you upgrade a Witcher sword with a rune in it, the rune stays. Yeah, I didn't know that, or I probably would have put in my favorite runes and kept them there. Joe, you could have been saved frustration this whole time. I'm teasing. Anyway, I don't feel like looking at runes right now. I'm too tired. I will do it when I have energy. We're just gonna meet the knights. Fear not, cause we're buttholes.
For your help.
Have no fear, good man. Our labors shall be done quickly. The prowlers to be banished for good.
Milton, look.
Oh shit.
Geralt!
Oh, sick.
Hail, Witcher! Let us go inside and greet you as befits an old friend.
And you, fear not. We shall put an end to the rule of outlaws soon.
Sorry, Dota's happening. You can buy rune diagrams. I don't know where they are, so I don't feel the desire to go
Found your
try and
message on
find
a
them.
notice board.
You see, Palmerin? I told you. The griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Why are you
Milton
looking
de
for
Peyrac
me?
Peyran and Palmerin de Lawnful.
Oh yeah, these
Good to
dudes.
see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our surroundings. When we pledged to
I like
place
it.
the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hat as our lodgings.
It's cute.
Oh, it is the
It's
best
nice.
hat in the village.
It's a nice hut. I
Some
like it.
squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison...
Do your
of
research. I
Lisbon
don't want
stood
to.
at
That's
the
not what's
mercy
fun
of
for
numerous
me.
plagues. The tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute.
Yeah, I know that.
Milton and I will dissuade them.
I know that,
We are
Joe.
both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present
Marauders.
to you.
But yeah, having like the best gear and searching for diagrams and whatnot, that's not what's fun to me in these games, so I just don't bother. I use what I come across. The only reason I do the treasure hunt, sorry for the door. It's the wind, it's gonna blow it and you're gonna hear it sometimes. Oh, the only reason I did the treasure hunts Or because they were quests in my quest log. Get rid of these bandits. Worse ones will come in to replace them. Whatever, just let me help you.
So, plan to go out and meet the bandits when they arrive? Fight them?
We
Palmerin
helping.
wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency. But I expect they will be deaf to this.
Yeah, completely.
We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing words of admonition.
Doesn't happen in these lands.
I didn't even...
If they do not heed my reprimand,
No.
we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade bloodshed.
Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on deaf ears.
It's funny because he's taking the...
But to wait for the rogues to arrive.
Palmeric is taking the exact tactic that I always take, and Geralt's like,
Hear that? Your bandits have
but I
arrived.
make him do that. The game gives me that as a role-playing option, so it's funny that that's discordant. I'm probably never gonna use the roots, guys. Just get over it. Just get over it. It's not gonna happen.
Hark, contemptible curs!
Save the cat. Oh,
You
always.
mean us?
I, Palmerin de Launfal, call upon you to repent. Set your hearts. Do you not see that they are blackened?
Regular Punch and Judy here.
To prey
What's that
upon
mean?
commoners is no honor. To loot their meager stores, abandon the path of shame, and we will spare you.
I like his plumage.
Right good jest, that. Had us a laugh. Now, fuck off or we lose our patience and you lose something else.
You're gonna lose your
Wait,
dick.
Zorg. These lads are a lark. Mayhaps they know some tricks.
Oi, players! Can you toss balls all loopity like? Or do that thing where one spits fire while the other farts?
Take my advice.
Noble Palmerin's giving you a chance. Now I'm gonna give you some advice. Do what he says.
Or what?
Or you'll find yourself fighting knights errant in the pay of the Duchess of Toussaint. And they eat scum like you with their morning porridge.
That's so
There's
cheesy,
3 of 'em.
Geralt.
2 turtled up in armor. We'll come back later.
Some
You
wench
shan't.
sent 'em. Folk who say we's afeard of wenches and jesters.
Ooh, insulted the Duchess. Not good.
Indeed, we cannot let the affront go unpunished. I swear upon the Heron you will pay with your own blood. By the crane, villains, ready your arms.
Kill him!
Let's dance.
Excuse me, you're in my way. Oi! Iris is very pleased. Oh, excuse! Question mark? Shut up! Use Q! I can't tell. I guess there are no townsfolk. Excuse me. Pardon? But I must finish you off. Well, I guess... Oh. Why do you take so long? I'm trying to get this one guy with the shield. I dance around him, and then Geralt's like, over here! I'm fancy! And I'm like, bitch, please. Come here, bitch. Haha. Let me help you. Where are you going? Jesus Christ.
Or my name is not Milton the Pirate Fairy!
Or my name is not Shoobity Bop Beep Boobity Weeble. That's what I heard. I'm yelling a lot. I'm yelling a lot. Yelling, yelling, yelling. Get out of here. You're being annoying.
You'll never learn.
So, like, when does he run out of fucking stamina? The answer is he fucking doesn't. Thanks, game. There.
Why do
Hooray!
they not emerge? It is over. We have banished the scoundrels, lifted oppression's yoke from their lives.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flowers. You're not in Toussaint.
Ah, it is true what folk claim.
Playing on Death
No,
March for the first
no,
time, I
no,
didn't realize how much
goes
damage the
unthwarted.
crossbow bolts from enemies
It is
do
time to
to
go home.
Geralt.
And we shall,
Yeah,
my friend.
I can imagine. I'd like to know that you finished the main
Come,
game.
Geralt. It's time we delivered
Have you noticed that Geralt asked Ciri where she went? She answered the odd place with the machines and men made of machines?
So fess up.
No, I don't know.
What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due
La
ceremony.
la 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 la. Hey,
It is
Heartless.
sacred in Toussaint.
How are you?
All right, fine.
Why are you
Most
calling me
honorable
mom?
Geralt,
That's weird.
Slayer of monsters
Hello,
poor
and happy
evils
Tuesday and all
affairs,
that.
which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer
I am
you
far
now
from
our
chat,
present
Mom.
summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts
Sows
of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid.
It's weird, but
Witcher.
you like it?
Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed
Nope.
City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Nice signature.
Shall you answer her call?
Yeah, someone said that before. I don't necessarily like Easter eggs being pointed out to me, because I feel like if I don't get it, then it won't be as neat. I miss a lot, which is fine. Already finished the first expansion. Yes, yesterday. How do you like this new land? We literally just started. I haven't gone anywhere yet. Bumble, thank you for the host.
Anna Henrietta really say all that? Word for word?
In point of fact, she said, bring me the Witcher and dare not spare your horses. Only make certain this time he comes alone. The Ducal Chamberlain added the rest. You know how it is.
Yeah, I remember.
I might add, be it unofficially, that a hefty reward awaits. Yet the specifics you will need to verify.
But the pretties.
with
Do
her
I have to purge you
illustrious
too? You guys know better than this. I don't want to know your feelings about stuff that I haven't experienced, because then it influences my expectations, and it influences how I experience it. So shut your dicks. You know better than that. I've even given things being pretty as an example of stuff that I do not like. I have given that specifically as an example. You know better. Unicorn? Only other question, what is this crazy... Sorry, my eyes are still not functioning, so I'm like squinting a lot. Ooh, is EG getting boned right now? Yep, boned right in the head. With a femur. The sword is Iris. Olgierd gave it to us at the end of the last DLC. This beast, tell me more!
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever.
The unicorn with
And the
Yennefer.
most
Yeah, we
polite.
did that. It was
And
boring.
now we've got all that
It was a little
behind us.
funny, but
I
other
hear
than that,
more about
boring.
this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses. Bodies massacred in a
Bodies?
brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Huh. This is already really interesting. Mod ban me quickly if I spoil. I don't think I have any mods in here right now. It's Tuesday, so Trumpet's not here quite yet. So just don't, like, just be very careful with what you say. I don't even like the teensiest of spoilers. I apologize, didn't realize you weren't there yet. Yeah, well, this is... I know everybody makes that mistake once in a while, and that's why I'm not, like, truly angry, but it's more of a blanket statement like, you guys know better. Unless you are 100% certain that I have already experienced, it's better to be like... Like, just don't assume that I've seen the things you've seen. That's the best assumption you can make. Deputize me like that? Fuck no! Ha ha! I'm not gonna make the same mistake that Kerrigan has made. No, 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 no. How dare you call it boring? I hate Yennefer. It was boring sex. I don't like her as a character. I think that she's a giant cunt, and not in a fun way. And the scene itself was not animated very well. It was like a boring scene visually. It was boring. It was fucking boring. There was nothing... It's like, oh, you see her boobies, okay. I'd just play The Witcher 1 if I wanted to just see random fucking tits. Is Hype Friend a robot? Yes. That's our new bot. Hype Friend. I'm a great mod for Kid Kerrigan. I edit commands and tone down my trolling and everything. You tone down your trolling? Maybe I ought to try this. Alright, Beast wields black magic? Question mark?
Beast wields black magic?
The rest of the bitches are boring?
First victim
Totally
vanished
disagree with
before
you.
invites her to feast. Of the feast goers, none noticed this. They saw but an open window.
I feel that Yennefer is one note.
Had just been found.
She's just a bitch, and that's all that she is.
Servants all about the house, guards all around.
She doesn't...
Yet the beast
Sorry.
somehow got him out, dragged him to the town square, and killed him there. No one saw, nor heard a thing.
I got busy
We have no
talking
fear
to
of
chat and I
creatures
missed
with sword
half
and
of this.
shield protect, but of this beast, nothing is known. Save that it cannot be traced, kills effortlessly, and with no rhyme or reason we can discern.
Except that they're both nobly born, which you said already. He actually does tone down his trolling. Amazing, I know. Especially when she's featured on the HOTS launcher. Well, yeah. You're not a jerk. You're not gonna, like, her regular crowd versus new people interested in the community is different. Like, people who don't already know you and see you trolling, that sets a bad example. But, you know, people who see you interact with her and understand, like, the nature of your relationship and, like, how you interact with everybody and that it's all in good fun and you're not, like, you're not a mean troll by any means. It's totally different and, you know, you're a good person, so I did assume that you would know the difference between when to do it and when not to do it. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Yennefer versus everybody else. I felt like Yennefer's character was very shallow and therefore boring. I just found her to be... She's just mean. She's really just a bitch. She's just a huge fucking selfish cunt, and that's all that she is. Whereas all the other characters at least appear to have depth and nuance, and they're not, like, just one thing or the other. was the end of the sentence before I was like, I have to pay attention to what the game's trying to tell me, because it's information, information that I want and need. We have no fear of creatures against which sword and shield protect, but this beast is nothing known, save that it can't be tracked, kills effortlessly with no rhyme or reason. Okay. I wasn't paying much attention. Funny you mentioned that. The only reason she modded me originally was so the other mods would stop timing me out. Yeah, you told me that. Mean bitches are attractive, like bad boys, Kappa. Intense Kappa, my friend. Intense Kappa.
Anyone tried to hunt it? Knights Errant, for example?
Ha! Many have tried. Baiting, waiting in ambush, but to no avail.
The beast is clever. It evades all traps and attacks of a sudden. It is like a ghost.
An experienced tracker. This is what we need, with knowledge of monsters. In short, we need you.
We need you. Did you say tourney?
Mentioned a tourney. Why doesn't the Duchess just
Why
pull
did
it
you
off?
say it like
Simply,
that?
it is too late.
A toonie.
The guests have arrived. The best knights of all lands, relatives of the Emperor.
Did you express
This
to
could be a
them?
threat to others, not just to Her Grace's subjects.
Got it. Before an aristocrat dies,
Yeah.
at best it's a scandal. At worst, a diplomatic incident.
Everything is uncomfortable right now. I hate everything. I'm still so cranky. This contract, I'm not going to think about it. This is literally all we have left to do in the game. Taking the contract.
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
Refuse.
No, just struck by a thought.
Would you
the
say
Duchess will
Shawnee is your
sometimes be
strawberry, rhubarb, or ginger muffin?
So you accept the contract. Excellent.
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
ready to go.
Say none
soon
of
as
those
you're packed.
things.
Ha! Then post haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint.
So much trolling. So much trolling today. It's a good thing that I know all of you guys, and you're not like randos coming in and trolling me, because I don't have any patience today. I'm so tired, and I was already cranky. I'm starting to be less cranky now that I'm hanging out with you guys and playing the game. But I'm just really glad, like, I don't have patience for any type of bullshit today. Trolling is fine. Please continue enjoying yourselves with the trolling, but... Off to do his aunt, lol. You seem like a kind of person who likes horror games. Are you planning to play Outlast 2? You can find all of the games I'm planning to play on stream in the link below under the games header. There's a link that says games on the docket, and then there's a list of all the games I've played, just written out. It is not the list of games I've written out. Those are the ones I've completed.
Toussaint, the land of love and...
You can only call her those things with your hands on your
Exactly
hips,
how I
though.
remembered it.
You will find Beauclair has changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
See, I'm not enjoying this Vista as much because everybody, even before I was on the DLC, was like, oh, just wait till you get to Toussaint. Oh, it's so pretty, pretty, pretty. And I'm just like, okay. Damn. Things, when you're expecting them, at least for me, when I'm expecting things, they don't affect me in the same way as they would if I just organically experienced them. Which is why I'm so picky about spoilers, because it totally dampens the entire experience for me, and it's not as as anything. It's not as pretty, it's not as fun, it's not as exciting, whatever the adjective may be.
For my lady! Watch out!
Oh shit! Hold on, excuse me. I was trying to Yertle! My favorite. Oh, okay. He moved a lot quicker than I expected him to there. Whoop! I moved, but it didn't count that I moved. Sheepies, can you get out of the way, please? Okay, have an apple. I would like an apple in real life. Oh shit! Ooh! Wait, Goliath? It's like Geralt's really beefy cousin, Goliath. Or Gerlath's beefy cousin, I mean. Move! You're in my way! You're in my way! Owies. What action's not allowed? Rolling? Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Oh! These knights are in my way and it's very irritating. There we go. Whoop! Oh, shit, owies. I do enjoy that the combat is harder in the DLCs. Like, I have to actually pay attention most of the time. And I can't be as impatient as I normally am. I don't particularly like doing roll around the game, but a lot of enemies force me to do that. Fuck. Dark Souls, Blood and Wine. Yeah, this is why I don't want to play Dark Souls, because every person I've ever watched play Dark Souls is just roll around the game, and I realize that's a very large oversimplification, but that's how it feels to me. Like, I really liked the fight on the beach with that mage at the beginning of Hearts of Stone. I thought that was really cool. But like, I like using the more delicate dodges, but I haven't been able to use them. Like the sidestep
Touch the
dodge.
butt. Ooh, we're gonna touch the butt. Ooh!
Wormy, thank you for the host. Did Yertle not? Oh, I'm not on fucking Yertle. God damn it. Woo! See there, I tried to roll out of the way and it didn't work.
Touch the butt. Ooh, we're gonna touch the butt. Ooh.
Trumpet! Thank you for the host. Hold up, guys. Don't kick me. Slice him, slice him. I hate doing the full roll away because it takes so long to get back up to the guy. It's so frustrating. So I like that I guess I don't actually like that the combat is harder because I don't like the way it forces me to play. Which is roll around the game. Like, I like that it's I like having the challenge, but I don't like that the challenge, at least I guess maybe it might be my playstyle, but I don't like that it makes me do roll around. I don't find that to be fun. Shitballs. I don't feel like I need to dodge earlier, so, frustrated. If you used Quen, you wouldn't have to roll around. Shut up! Not doing it! Not doing it. Like, oh damn, shoving that spoon handle in the guy's eye. Anyone planning on getting Prey on release? Probably not on release, but it's on my list. Hey, Surprise, what's up, man? Borum! Are you still doing Hi Bye? I was just opening your stream too. Oh, Trumpet stream. Like, that happens to me a lot. Oh, you have a chapel? That's cute.
For my lady!
Guillaume, watch out!
I swore I'd kill a monster!
Yeah, I don't like having to use the full roll. It bothers me. Ouch. I didn't think that was gonna hit. Whoop! Let me also fix my weapon so I'm not doing poop damage. Poop damage. I'm gonna leave it open for a bit, got some packing to do so I can listen and not see the game. We officially move in 5 days and Kia has way too much stuff. Uh-oh, blaming the girl! Oops. That was my bad. Oh, also my bad, because he wasn't on my screen and I was trying to get close. Goliath, please, do not hurt Geralt. I'm your cousin. Where did all my urinals go? I like that he has a barrel on his head. I also haven't really gotten to, like, check out this dude's, character model. He's doing too much damage and I have to keep rolling away from him. Woo! Ouch. Meh. Whoop. Oh shit. Yeah, I got too greedy that time. What? Get out of here. And all the sheep come running back to feed upon his corpse. Hey, Idol, thank you for the host.
Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, outfitted.
Guillaume.
Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly
I don't use
grateful,
grenades
nay,
or oils.
indebted to you for
I
your
just
succor.
don't.
This
There's no
trophy, sir,
reason.
is
Well,
yours.
grenades, they were so annoying in 2, and I realized that they're easier in 3, but it's just not my thing, not my jam. So I don't use them. And oils, I just don't for no good reason. How'd a giant wind up here? Bam, bam, bam.
A giant this close to human settlements? Strange.
Well, that was no ordinary
Torm,
giant.
thank you for
His
the
name was
host.
Goliath, rumored to have been a knight
Goliath.
once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant and banished him into the Gorgon Hills.
So he came back down? Why?
Several times each year,
I like
hunger
this
chased
outfit a
him
lot.
into the lowlands. Goliath had killed and devoured many shepherds. Guillaume's hunt served a noble cause. At any rate, it's a tale for more agreeable environs.
Environs. Glad to take the trophy. You did well against the giant. AKA, you
I'll
didn't
take
die.
the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it.
Oh, that's neat.
Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Toussaint, we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity.
Heart's
as the famed
champion.
Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope.
Aw, then you take
That is
it.
best left to Geralt.
Another
Oh, you mean
challenge
he means
awaits
the
me.
beast, not the
Yet
giant.
if
Just
Geralt is
kidding.
to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again.
Dun, dun,
The
dun.
river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien Delatour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the Tourney grounds.
Tourney
Take your hand,
grounds.
see her grace.
How long is this particular DLC? How Long to Beat puts the time that I usually match up with at 28 hours, 22 minutes. About 20 Vladimir weddings. Oh, Jesus, fuck. That just sounds like such torture. Greater Red Mutagen. Ooh, Dahlia. Aw, see, I didn't get to see his head, which was the coolest part. I realize that it's a trophy in my inventory, but you really can't see it very well. Oh, that's cool. That's cool that it lets me, like, climb on him. Like, I don't clip through, because he's that big. I think that's neat. Seems like you're inside a painting. Funny you should say that. What the f- What the shit is happening? Yeah, people have said the DLC is about the same length as vanilla game, and I was like, fucking, are you for real? People have said that, but I'm gonna go with How Long to Beat because the main plus extras time tends to be roughly the time that I take for streaming games. It's usually pretty accurate, like within a few hours for me. Or if it's a shorter game, it's like within an hour or a half hour. In Blood and Wine, you can undergo additional Witcher mutations to unlock new capabilities. Soon you will run into a messenger who will deliver a very interesting letter. Spoilers, game! Read it and investigate the story of Professor Moreau to learn more about these mutations. They say a master craftsman lives in Toussaint who can craft Witcher gear of unequaled quality. What's more, you receive special bonuses for wearing all or part of a set of this extraordinary equipment. You will not regret investigating these new options! Look, he's still going. He's still going. I'm not touching anything. What are you doing? Listen, stop. Stop. That was so weird. Athanasios, thank you for the host. Right, I wanted to check out my trophy. Hold up. Chill out. Chill out, Gerlat. I wanted to check out the new sword we get. That's it, like to ban the game for spoiling. Ooh, yes please. What's this garbage I'm using? Havkaren. Nothing. It's nothing, really. Yeah, see, you're like, you can't even see what the fuck this is. I don't even know. You know what, I'm gonna put it on my horse so I can at least look at it. I don't actually want the extra XP, I just want to be able to look at his head. So, it looks like, oh, okay, there's his head. I see his nose and his, I have to put my face into the monitor practically to see it. I'm moving so you can see it past my head. So his head is inside of the barrel, like I supposed. But he's got... What is that? He has a peacock. He's got a peacock shoved in a... Oh, that's not a... I thought that was a wizard's hat! I thought he put, like, a chicken... So this is what, first glance, what I thought it was. I thought he had a blue wizard's cap. And then he put a chicken inside of it, so you got a little chicken butt and little chicken feet, and then just decorated it with peacock feathers. I did not realize that it was just a peacock strapped to the top of the barrel. Oh boy. Eat an apple. I don't like the noise that, like the extra wet swallowing noise that happens. So for aesthetic reasons, I would totally use this or the Leshen as the trophy, but I don't want extra XP. Conserved Shaelmar trophy. What did I even want? What is this? What I have is better. Okay. I like the 10% chance to dismember. So even though it's just a brown sack, that's not exciting. I rarely use the extra XP trophies. I do enough side stuff that I'm hardly ever underleveled. Yeah, that's why I'm specifically not using it.
Parmarin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kid.
Before they start being all dialogue-y again. Because I didn't want to be so overleveled for the side quests. I just happened to be. It put me on Axii. What the balls? We all know I'm not going to use that. Well. Anyway.
Whoa!
Which or not, you still to bust your bum.
What about busting my bum? Don't run over the puppy. How rude of you. Follow Milton to the place where the body was found. Okay.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk. Especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
That's how I talk!
In the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition.
That's how I talk. Sometimes I'm all eloquent and elaborate, and sometimes I'm like, shit cup, dicks, fuck, yo, yo, dude. And other times I'm like, the scenery is quite
Take it easy.
pleasant on my eyeballs, or something like that's not even that eloquent. I'm just
Look around.
tired,
Make sure
guys.
they didn't miss anything.
Get off the horse! So yeah, this place is nice. I will take your orange and your fish. That's grus.
Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of
Hobnailed?
prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went.
Ah, hello.
Walked along the shoreline.
Welcome,
The body lay on the bank.
Shumi Dirk. Hey, Abbott. How are you doing? Level 23 now on the hardest mode? Congrats! Gwent is too fun. Nice, nice. Let's try to keep chat in English, please. I don't speak any other languages, except for a little bit of Swahili, but even then I'm way out of practice, and no one else would understand it, so let's not.
Got guests. Careful.
What are these guys? Scurver? Yes, Scurver. Okay. I was reading that correctly. Sure. Excuse me! Oh, they explode. Okay. They're like Toussaint version of the other dudes. You know the kind. They explode! Oh, fuck. I am not paying enough attention to what's happening in the game. Which is odd, because I'm not looking at chat. I'm just... Oh shit, get away from it! Boop! We've escaped! Owies. Guy's a jerk. There, now go explode on your own then.
Time to end this.
There he goes. Hork. Ooh, and he shoots out...
Let's keep looking.
He shoots out stuff like,
Ends up in these shallows.
Yes.
like Bristleback from
Search is
Dota.
fierce.
I was trying to think of...
Looking down the river.
You must keep searching.
Yeah, I mean, stuff. Monster brain.
Junk, junk, and more junk.
More yunk. Level 9 on your on your current, and it's their third playthrough.
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it.
That's in keeping with the modus operandi. Alright, now I've got all the corpses. Wait a minute. Was my sword damaged?
Junk,
again?
junk, and more junk.
Drowner plus Rotter? Yeah. Yeah, those geese.
Footprints. See them? And a rut made by the hull of a boat. Left recently, I'd
A
say.
rotten boat? The Sid animal? I have on my shelf? Oh, stuffed. No, none of the stuffed animals are real. But I've got 2 kitties, a meerkat, a Cthulhu, and a hexagal. Which, hold on. There, now I can see them all. I've got Grumpy Cat, Perlot, Desi, who's the meerkat, Cthulhu, and the hexagal that my waifu Octea made for me. Erg. Maybe someday we'll have a real kitty to come knock down all my things and put fur everywhere. But I do not have any pets. Any live pets. I always thought it was operandi, but I guess either way is fine. Oh, Ice Age Sid. Okay, I get it. I get it. That makes
Drag some
sense.
nets onto the bank
Meerkats do
and
kind of
cut
look
to
like him.
entangle them. Lot of blood. So the
What is he
corpse must
supposed to
have been cut
be?
up. Quartered,
He's just a
maybe.
Sid, isn't he?
Likely they loaded the body parts onto a boat and sailed off.
What? The,
Gonna dive in. Check the other nets.
of course I am. I really like the outfit that I have. I wish you could do stuff like I can't think of a game right now because my brain is so dead. But there are some games where you can just like Guild Wars 2 is a good example. Oh, that's here. Fucking get there. Oh. Hey, why was it red then? Get out of the net, dumbass! He's like, I'm caught in the net! Okay. Where you can just modify the appearance of stuff, but keep the stats. So, like, especially because this game is heavy on the cutscenes, you know? Aha! Monogrammed handkerchief. Especially since...
Monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory.
LOL
clearly.
DLC.
I know where they took the corpse.
You kidding? Game, please. Oh, sloth. Right.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here.
How do you feel about the affiliates
Corpse got caught
program?
in the nets.
I think
Guardsmen
it's
pulled
neat.
it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere.
I have no
Need
qualms
to
with
find
it.
out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
It also makes a lot of sense from a business standpoint. Someone's watching us. There's like 10 people up there. There's somebody looking. Transmogrify, yes. You have a stuffed squirrel on your house? What, is like a weather vane just like ding? Oh, what's the word for I'm so tired, you guys. My brain is going to lack the vocabulary that I know that I have somewhere in there. Oh, God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's right there too. Oh my God, what it is? Oh my God, I can't speak at all today. What is it? Can't word good at, like, no. Like Diablo 3, I don't play that game, so. But yeah, I'm sure it's the same. Or there was a mod that my dad put into our Neverwinter Nights server where you could go talk to a tailor essentially and it would do the same thing. It was neat. Anthropomorphism, no. I want my brain to come up with it so I can feel smart. My brain wants to say anatomy, and that's not correct at all. I'll come up with it, and then I'll tell you later.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
Yeah, nothing else exciting is going on in their lives. Boom, boom, City girl! What am I today? What is this? Found a monogram handkerchief. Yeah, it's wise from a business standpoint. But it's also nice for smaller streamers, like, especially people trying to make this their profession, like me. It's a much more accessible way to gain income than having to use a third-party program and send people elsewhere. I don't know, having more options, that something might be easier for other people. Like, I've had people saying they don't have PayPal, but they want to donate, and can I check out XYZ, this other thing, this other program, this website? I didn't end up doing any of them because they didn't have as much of a presence as PayPal, so it was hard to tell if they were legit. Like, I'm sure the people asking me to get it were not trying to take advantage of me, but the sites or the programs themselves seemed a little bit sketchy, and there wasn't enough information about that specific thing to know what experiences other consumers have had with it. So hopefully having non-partners able to get other sources of income, hopefully those other sources are easier for people than going through loops and clicking on this and being over there and just keeping everything within the site. So it could be useful in that way. It's still, and I think eventually they're going to give you the ability to subscribe too, right? That's what I read in the blog. What we have here is a serious case of Yoda syndrome. Yeah, what it is. So that way, people trying to make this their living who are not partnered have the ability to be gaining at least a trickle of steady income, which is huge. It's huge to have a steady income. Like, even if it's just $5 a month, you know that you have that money coming to you. And that's great for peace of mind and budgeting and that sort of thing. So I think it's great. Tinfoil Type 11. Hi, welcome. Sorry, we just went on a huge tangent here. How would the money be split between affiliates and Twitch? I don't know. It didn't say anything in the blog post. I think Twitch is generally 50-50 unless you're a big streamer. Yeah, I think unless you're partnered and you specifically negotiate something else. I mean, that's how the partner program has worked, but the Twitch affiliates thing is brand new, so we don't really know how it works yet. So bits work where whatever the bits are goes directly to the streamer. I thought that bits also had a split, but it was much less of a split. So 1,000 bits are $10 to the streamer and some extra to Twitch. Could be. I don't know enough about bits, but you could be correct on that. I've never purchased bits. How much do they cost? They're running a promotion right now where you can get 700 bits for $7, and they've also enabled the ability to watch ads to get bits. So you don't necessarily have to pay. I think it gives you, I haven't done it yet because it wasn't enabled when I was looking for it back in the day. But it gives you, I think, a random amount. So technically, you could get some for free. They're rolling them out. They're still rolling them out to everyone. I was sad that Lecta and Trump are still on the waitlist. Yeah, that's alright. It's just the first day. They said it would take several weeks to get all of the invites out, so I'm not too concerned. We'll see what happens. But I appreciate that you wanted these good things for us. I have 5 bits worth of ad revenue waiting for both of you. Aw, Borum, that's so kind. Potato made a decent Twitter thread on the subject. Oh, cool. Basically, you can give $7 to the streamer instead of $7 to the streamer plus extra to Twitch. Huh. It's day 2? Oh, I thought it was day 1.
One thing.
What do I know?
Chief in the water. Monogrammed D.
Anyway, we'll get back to the game, but totally feel free to keep discussing this.
It cannot.
And if you do have a link about you, of course, feel free to post it.
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged.
This is so good.
He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
Last
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of her illustrious highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
Whoa, whoa. That was a very intense bucket sound. What was I even gonna say? I don't remember. I no longer remember. Still no advert money for her.
Once you have finished examining
I feel like that's...
Be sure to report to Anarietta.
That's less of a problem.
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
Can't pull one over on
A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
Oh, I was gonna say sorry about all the background noise and the echoing. I know I said I would fix it this morning, but due to me not sleeping, I took a nap before stream. I basically passed out watching something. I'm glad that I got the extra sleep, but I didn't have enough time to fix all the stuff. So I still plan on fixing the echo, but it's gonna have to wait until... I could probably do it tonight. But yeah, I have Prime, so I forget that... I have Twitch Prime, so I totally forget that ads are even a thing.
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Perrin. I see time has not dulled your senses.
Who dis?
We would be honored if you would join us.
Honored.
Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today.
He's offended by the lack of crayfish.
I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited 2 men to join us, yet since Sir the Peyrac Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter.
Don't be mean to him.
Do we have the pleasure?
Geralt! Milton introduced me. He did it already. I'm just gonna reiterate. Me, Geralt.
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir the Peyrac Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke.
Time to grade homeworks and
Straight up in my
exams.
bed, looked out the window.
Enjoy! Thank you for hanging out.
Ask Geralt, please. Or we shall be
I
here till
appreciate
winter.
it. I hope that it goes swiftly and that you're not bored to tears. Sky was red, and then what?
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy...
I miss the Skellige
What
accents.
did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way.
That's fair.
They had a hard haul.
I'll lurk around, stream and keep me sane. Alright, man.
Nets. They were forced to cut them.
Oh, shit. Who's playing even? DC versus... Is that TNC? I'm watching Dota. Not like intensely watching it, I'm mostly reading chat, but every now and then I glance over. The victim's body, where did they take
To
it?
examine the body. Know where they took it?
Find the French accent to be too goofy to take seriously.
And hold it to a
I'll probably get used to it, but I don't particularly like French accents, so I totally get where you're coming from.
When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Except for, I used to
Who was
work
that?
with
Woman
a
that
guy
just
from
left.
France.
Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis.
He had
Innkeep's daughter.
a nice,
But hold, Geralt.
like,
because this is an
soft...
outrage.
Well, his accent
Myself
was
and the
strong,
others
but, like, his
auctioned
voice was
Inconceivable.
soft. It's...
It
I
is no
can't
secret
recreate
the
it.
Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property.
But I
The
did not
Duke
find
will
his accent
counter it,
ridiculous.
in fact. Russell now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw on past heroics?
What is Dota?
Creditors
Is it
must
a
finally have to
LOL
find that his
clone?
promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say.
I like the word
God
"your."
sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
Yeah. Folk are saying the beast's divine punishment.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
So they're cuckoo pants?
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt.
He doesn't like that it's saying the Duchess is at fault.
Yes, the
I bet.
rebel-rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
Kia thought she had the day off. She got a call that she missed work. Oh my god, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. I hope that she can just be like, oopsies, just mentally be like, oops, and then just go about her business. Oh, yeah, I was worried about that. She literally cried her eyes out for like 20 minutes because of it. Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Poor baby. What else do people say about the beast? I feel so bad. Aw. What a sweetheart.
Messenger of the gods.
The Toussaintois are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Picky monster.
Picky monster. I'll go examine the
Thanks for your
body.
hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Okie
Coming
dokie.
with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Duty.
Some sort. Ha! Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me.
Ooh, shrine
even
is up.
Before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the head
Ah.
during this year's game in the
What was
palace
that?
gardens.
How
When
did
you
they get
see
over
me
there?
in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
That's unfortunate, Borum. Hopefully, like, if it's a good place to work, I don't doubt that they would probably understand that it's an easy mistake to make. And that she obviously didn't try to do that. Alright, let's see. Will buy a permit. In light of Minster Tremblay's incredibly daft order barring entry to the prison grounds, I'd like to let it be known that I'll gladly purchase an entry permit if someone's got one to sell. I'm not a member of any inmate's family, for it is my beau who's in the prison, and has been for half a year now, during which time we haven't been able to see each other as often as we need to. If you've ever had a beau, you know what I mean. Yeah, that's all you can do is just be like, I'm so sorry, I'll be there, like, as soon as possible. I thought that I had the day off. I must have misread the nonsense that you sent me. Obviously don't say it like that, but, you know. Wanted, the White Wolf. I'm wanted? Somebody wants me! The Witcher Geralt of Rivia, known as the White Wolf, is wanted to serve as a guide. His potential employer guarantees an ample wage for this unusual contract. For more information, he should go to Count Belidal's temporary base camp in Toussaint. Note, we kindly request all other persons not present themselves at said camp under the pretense of being Geralt of Rivia. Count Belidal was not born yesterday and can easily tell who is a Witcher and who's faking it. All those journeying to this camp in shabby costumes with wooden swords strapped to their backs can save themselves the trouble and turn back. She works at a nursery? She is known as Plant Lady and Bug Lady. Oh, nursery for plants. I thought you meant like a nursery for babies. Like human children. Notice from the Ducal Camerlengo. Calling all knights errant and other strong men. The duchy needs you. Your aid is required. Bounteous rewards are in the offing. Are in the offing? More details available at the Ducal Camerlengo's offices on Knights Dormant Square. Announcement from the Office of Internal Revenue of the Duchy of Toussaint. The Office of Internal Revenue hereby announces a limited live auction to be held regarding the sale of a piece of developed real estate and accompanying agricultural land located in the Caroberta Woods region, having been left to the ducal treasury by the late Count Crespi. Crespi! Who departed this world without any heirs. Due to the unique nature of the Bellegarde estate, and its important role in the production of wine, bringing great fame to the duchy in all corners of the world, only subjects to the Duchy of Toussaint shall be allowed to participate in the auction. To all knights errant and other such men of arms, be it known far and wide that the services of voluntary keepers of the peace shall be needed. Minor problems are expected to arise during the transfer of the above-mentioned real estate, and said problems for their dissolution could require the application of direct physical force. All volunteers are asked to report to the field. Blah, blah, blah. I'm bored now. The Great Beauclair Gwent Tournament. Whatever. Don't give a shit. Contract for a Witcher/Witcher's caravan escort. The Beauclair Coopers Guild is seeking an individual or individuals willing to escort merchant convoy through an area threatened by the Great White Terror. More information can be obtained from Gaston Legaffe. All these fucking French names. I'm just going to say them super American because I can't French. At the merchants' camp in the forests to the north of Coronado Vineyard.
Ducal clerks looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
Sorry, you should have specified plant nursery. Hi, dog! It's a puppy! Let me check my journal. Back telling the story of the jerk I dealt with at the gym the other day. Oh, you told the story to a coworker. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. Alright, nothing here. Level 37? We should go do that. I mean, maybe let's progress this. Holy 46? Jiminy Crickets. Alright. We're gonna progress the main quest so that we actually have some sort of idea what we're doing. We're starving. Time for a burger. Ooh, sounds good. It's Pup Dad! Hey, Pup Dad! To everything. Tournament. Lol, lol, lol. Oh, look! My horse decided that it wants to be a horse again. Horsey!
Giddy up.
Dun 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 dun, wild horsey!
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry.
Oh! Dun 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 dun, horsey! This barrel. Oh!
Must still be here. Busted ribs, blood from the ears.
Poor guys.
Solid hit.
All because I stopped to look at the notice board.
Torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara, though.
I was gonna say a vampire or a fletter. But Geralt knows better. Plenty of food in that chest. In what chest?
In the cellar. Gotta be.
What sold this then?
I had no trouble knocking over the cart.
I'm just gonna look at everything. I like the bloody handprints clawing up from the cellar. It's kind of neat.
From 5 separate claws, spread of a small human hand.
Bob, can you do? Oh, can you do that with other words? Yeah, but you have to add them.
River Muck carried the body in this cart.
You get your mic set up? Well, it's physically plugged in and I'm using it. But I haven't gotten it quite right yet. I have to use a couple of programs to filter out the background noise. And I figured out what programs I'm going to use, but I haven't set up I haven't done any of the settings and stuff yet. I was trying to see if there was a way I could get it without using a separate program, but I couldn't find anything.
Small bare feet lead deeper into the cellar.
So tomorrow it will be.
Broke his neck.
Hopefully, it will be perfect by tomorrow. I wanted to have it done today, but I didn't get to. What was this then? I wanted to go that other direction, kind of.
Hurled against the wall with great force.
Why is this Brooks murdering everything? Tester and bot confirmed.
Used fish to batter down the grate.
Used what? Used the body to batter down the grate? Brutal. Brutal AF. Trumpetum testing. Oh! It's a Naki.
Saw you.
Ah, okay.
I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
Yeah, because she's just leaving it everywhere. Rude. That ring is neat. Such a waste, man.
We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
Eh? What? What? What am I wrong about?
I cannot let you leave.
Oh, gross. She turned anorexic. I'm not into it. Excuse me? Alright. Ow! What the dicks? I was so very not in that. Okay. I see. Whoop! Let's F. And T-Bird. Got a Thunderbird, guys. Hup! Hup! Die, Naki Anorexia! That's her name, is Naki Anorexia. Oh! Oh god. No! Your idol took way too long. Where are you? There you are. Oh shit! Oh balls! Oh balls! Oh cunt! Sweep you off your feet. The first way, Naki, like naked. She's Naki and grody. She pretends to be healthy. Damn it, I was not ready for that. Oh no! Get back here. Buttface. Well, not really buttface. You're too gaunt to have a butt face. Butts tend to have meat to them. Blick! 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 I'm dodging! He's like, I'm gonna just stand here! Geralt! Geralt, please! Whoop! Come to Yertle. Excuse me? Whoop. I'm worried she's gonna do some nonsense. Yeah. Come to Yertle. Here we go. Come here. I was facing where she was, Gerlat. Thank you. Step into Yertle. Yes, kill yourself. Kill yourself upon my signs. Oh, that was
These men to get
gross.
to her body. What was she doing at the table, though?
I don't know. Quest updated. I doubt this is the beast, but she is definitely a beast. Anywho, really amped up the fight types in Blood and Wine. Not looking forward to some of them on Death March. I don't blame you. Okay. So he's all chippity chopped up.
Stinks.
Going to take a nap. If I'm not back before the end, I'll swing by next time, let you know how the job thing went. Alright, Borum.
Ordered just as I thought.
Sleep well. Thank you so much for hanging out for a bit. Alright, let's go head to the hand.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat.
Nice.
A pouch, bulging with coins.
Interesting.
Guardian florins, from several different provinces. If the
man,
murderer did
headache.
this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
Examine chest.
Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
Examine the severed hand.
Third hand.
Third
Spare.
hand? A spare hand.
It's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing. Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
Later? Shouldn't drink Rockstar. It'll eventually kill you. I don't normally drink energy drinks, but this one has electrolytes and it had the most B12 available and the lowest sodium. So, and it's only got 20 calories. Blah, blah, blah. Geralt just put the hand in his pants. I'll keep it warm. It just puts it in his pants, like cupping his crotch.
Clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Yeah, hopefully tonight I'll actually sleep well. And get enough sleep and sleep well, so I won't have to feel so tired. But we'll see, because my body just does whatever the fuck it wants. Alright, I'm gonna meditate. Boop! I bet this quartered guy was being attacked and then yelled, "Someone give me a hand!" That's third hand. Oh boy. I sure do love puns. Actually, Joe had an excellent pun the other day. It actually made me laugh. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. I also... taxidermy! That's the word I was trying to think of. Yeah, Trumpet is very easily amused. Therefore, he loves all puns. But yeah, taxidermy was the word I was trying to think of earlier for stuffed dead things. Good job, good job. Yay! Good job, brain. Merchant.
Yes? Yes?
What? Can I would like to purchase things. Or rather sell them. The one about the whores keeping their babies? Yes. Yes. That one. I thought that one was very funny.
Camerlengo best not be late.
Let's see if this guy over here lets me sell all my junk off.
Ah, a professional. I like to trade with your kind. You actually appreciate quality workmanship.
Yay!
What have you got there?
Madam, your phone is ringing.
I've been getting so many fucking spam calls, it's ridiculous. Let's see, what can I sell you? Pretty much everything. Give you this. Give you this. Give you this. And this. And this. Oops! I did not mean to give him the shirt. Oh well. Boo, 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 boo. 5 gold! Woo! King Foltest mask. I don't need this. I'm keeping the ass's ears just cause. I will put on these stupid boots probably. I really like the outfit that I have on though. It suits Geralt and it's like sleek and pretty. What about these trousers? Get out of here, trousers. Madam, your phone is ringing. I know, I need to... So I downloaded the... for my text alert, I downloaded the Stardew Valley fishing noise when you get a bite on your line. It goes... Brr, brr. It's not loud enough though, so when my phone vibrates, you just hear the vibrations. So I have to go back and, like, make the... I have to download the file and then upload it to some, like, make it louder machine. And fix it and re-download it. But I got rid of Kim Possible, but I will never get rid of Uncle Travis telling me my phone is ringing. So I was at the zoo Saturday to celebrate my 10,000th day on Earth. I bought this stuffed otter and then took pictures of it posing with animals. That's adorable! Now I've made it a Facebook page. I'm going to post the pictures accompanied by stories and bring the otter with me when I go on adventures. It's the best idea I think I've ever had. I'll retell the joke for those that weren't here yesterday. Yes! If ladies of the evening that work in a whorehouse get pregnant and keep their babies, are they called brothel sprouts? I still like it. Brothel sprouts. I think you shortened it yesterday, so it was even smoother. It was like, if whores keep their babies, are the babies called brothel sprouts? Anyway, it's still funny, regardless of how you phrase it. Brothel sprouts. Oh yeah? How original. He just got freaked out for no reason. What is happening?
Our friends in high places.
Please give them my condolences.
Where am I going? Not here? Sorry. Oh, he's right here. Okay. I didn't realize he was telling stories to children.
Speak to the Duchess urgently.
Goodness grapes, I'm so tired.
All right, you scamps. Story's done.
Yeah, monsters are terrible creatures.
What about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
A tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
No, the stronger wins. Not always, but it's worth being good. Or lie to the children.
Not always. Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmer and Story, think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. A rogue? Well, you can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now,
Cute
that will do
kids.
for questions.
But why?
Go find your parents.
If you don't win. Adorable.
Her Knight and Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry...
The monster corpse rapers of the seas. I shouldn't have laughed so hard at that.
Lead the way.
But,
Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite.
I don't know, that description amused me.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Whole thing's dangerous, shouldn't torture it like that, nothing's the matter. I have both of these. I don't remember what the deal is with this.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher.
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this.
Who'll face the Shaelmar?
Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's captor a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Love. Great love.
Let's go.
Let's go. Progress, progress, progress. We must get the progress. I do like all of the imagery similar to Fleur-de-Lis. Well, there he has proper Fleur-de-Lis. The one in the back was like kind of not. I guess it's not like proper. Anyway, I like Fleur-de-Lis as a
I dedicate my imminent
symbol. I
victory
think it's
to
really
fair
cool.
Lady Vivian.
I like his now I can't think of what's crossguard?
The fight shall have to end.
Is that what the fuck it's called? My brain. My brain! Guys, I'm so sleepy. I'm so freaking tired.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, so do I. Ouch. She does not like it. The one who he was like, I dedicate this to you! Yeah, stop gloating, stop gloating!
Damn it.
Oh, your legs are broken. Your legs are fucking broken.
We have to help him.
Onward!
Gotta keep it down.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit! What the dicks? What even the fuck?
Fight to the beast. Its plans profound. And thus the witch's life was stopped. All our hopes, alas, had turned to dust.
Yeah, that does nothing. Okay.
Has been weighed by the gods. Soon the witches shall triumph against all odds. Bring out the ocean and set fire to the wood.
T-Bird. R. I'm glad that I meditated.
The time was true, then 12 stunts and
Oh boy. Can you just like roll around or something so that I can take advantage of that happening? This is not working. Oh shit. I don't care that there's a driver update, please. Not while I'm playing a thing. Okay, not using Quen ever. Come here. Show me your guts. What is it doing? I can't tell what's happening. Don't stand in it, dumbass. He's just standing in it. He's gonna die because he's just standing in it. Okay. Just barely. Just barely. Symbol of the New Orleans Saints. Oh boy, trumpet.
The Shelma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Woo woo woo!
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
I mean, kill it. They're just gonna torture it.
It suffered enough.
Like, what am I gonna do with it? Whoa, how would I spare it?
The fight is done.
It's not like it's out in the wild. I can just be like, go away now. Aw, that's cute.
Guillaume. The lad came damned close to dying.
Surprised his legs are not broken.
Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Here she comes. Walking in the dust.
We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We
Her
are
hair is
delighted,
awesome.
ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
She's like,
See to our young hero. Hop, hop, for we must
guy.
break off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival, had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
A fight against the Shelmar, arranging something like that for sport, bad idea. Naughty, naughty
Shelmars are
Duchess,
dangerous
whatever.
creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return, gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
I slew the monster?
What about the crowd? Say the
And
Shelmar
also it would have
fighting
murdered him
stands.
if I didn't
Would have been a
come.
massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Alright. Alright. Cat Shepherd. Hello. Her dress is really nice. Her dress or Vivian? I prefer Vivian's dress. I haven't... This color is not doing it for me. I could have sent it off to a little farm in the country. Yeah, that would have gone well.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival.
Too many bows.
Where could he be?
Not my jam.
Come, we must find him.
You saw 3, you liked mostly of the patterns. I understand that. Like the embroidered roses and swirly whirlies and stuff.
Have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Who dat? Who's
Wish
that?
to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Oh!
I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
What? I'm so perplexed by this whole conversation that we're having right now. That's
very
alright,
man
though.
we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour.
For those of you who are new here or need reminding,
Your Grace.
I will remind you, please do not discuss the books.
Greetings.
I love the pattern in his, like, lapels? Oh my gosh, turn around, bro! Sorry to have to tell you, a Bruxa killed some guardsmen.
Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body.
I know already. The
I
creature in
love-
the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No, a Bruxa,
That's-
a kind of vampire. Not the beast.
It's
but
all, like,
tied to it in some
leafy
way.
and...
You know this how?
Through careful
that's really
analysis
pretty.
of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
Ah, okay. So you have not seen the expansions? But you played the whole game. Did you play 1 and 2 as well? Gonna need 2 things, information and access to a laboratory.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively.
No, just 3. No
Since you have
expansions.
broached
Wasn't
it
super hungry for more.
nonetheless,
Interesting.
Let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not always, but sometimes. Anywho, I totally understand, like, the vanilla game was long enough, and I totally get that, but I was, forced to play the DLC for reasons. And I was also told by pretty much everyone who walked in here, like, the DLCs are the best part of the whole thing in terms of story, so... Should we talk about sex? No. Also, wine makes me weird, so name like Blood and Wine could get creepy. Huh.
Not quite, Your Grace.
Hey!
Law
No,
surprise
Joe, I
is
appreciate
something we
it.
invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, On returning to the palace, we
I
would
like the
likely
lacy
find
bit.
impatient petitioners
gone.
or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate.
She is giving me a very,
At once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be
controversial
yours only once you have slain
piece
the
of
beast.
lantern.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not
I
to
really
be
like her
superfast
hair.
For one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
Forest. Oh, Joe, I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. It was worth it. Like, I understand having over 100 hours in the game and being like, I'm ready for a new experience, but I really appreciate that you did this for me. Hearts of Stone. You know the thing. You know the thing. It was worth it. I'm just gonna grab a slice of pizza because I'm starting to feel sick because I didn't eat enough this morning. I did eat. I ate this morning, but I only had a slice of pizza. I'm just gonna grab another one and come right back and keep playing. Not even gonna mute my mic. I'm just gonna walk away from you. Oh, I totally understand. I'm assuming shorthand for your name being Cat is fine by you. If you'd like me to call you something else, please let me know. But yeah, I like to hardcore roleplay, and that's a big problem that I had with all 3 games. I played 1, 2, and then 3. And I've discussed this ad nauseum, so I apologize for those of you who've heard a million times. I will just briefly say, like, I felt a huge disconnect between me and Geralt a lot of the time, due to various things. Sometimes it was because the game like kind of forces you into certain actions, but it gives you free reign in other ways, and like that's a problem. The game assuming that you have background knowledge, like Geralt having knowledge that you don't have as the player, makes it like impossible to roleplay him sometimes. Like they act like they're giving you a blank slate character in some regards, so you can play him the way you want to and kind of make your own Geralt. But then in a lot of other ways, they're very strict with how he's going to react. And it's grating is the proper word for how it made me feel. But I totally understand not being able to relate to him. Especially when you don't have a basis for which... You don't have a basis for his actions, but the game assumes that you do. So like, I'm fine role-playing within his personality, but the game doesn't always give you the information of what that is, so I totally get it. And I agree with you. I didn't, I think because I played 1 and 2 before I played 3, it made it less of a problem because I was expecting it and I had gotten used to it over the course of however many hours. It's still annoying and it still bothers me and it's still a problem that I have with the game, but I think knowing that that was going to happen made it less of a problem for me. I will forgive you because you used ad nauseum. Thanks.
How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance.
I'll read chat after
He was
they're
at
done
a feast
yapping at
when
me.
suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck.
Huh.
He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Well, the thing for me is that even though a lot about... Oh, sorry, we read that already. Do you want to be 1, gruff macho, 2, gentleman macho, or 3, general macho? General macho? Or 4, Gerlat. So, to fill you in on the joke, one of the people in here, I think it was Dad Viking, I may be mistaken, accidentally mistyped Geralt as Gerlat, and we decided that Gerlat is the Russian derpy version of Geralt, and he wears a tracksuit. And we just like have this whole fiction about the alternative Geralt who is Geralt. But like anytime Geralt is doing something derpy or like not, the controls aren't like functioning properly or he's like bungling everything up, I'm like Geralt plus. I did kind of like the scenes when you get to interact with Ciri. Geralt seems a bit more human in those moments. I groaned in almost all the seduction scenes. Yeah, I played the first one, so this was he was much more smooth. He's very blunt in the first one. He's basically like, so, we gonna bang? But like, I knew that going in. I knew that he was like, he bangs everything that moves. So that's what my goal was in the first game, mostly. Yeah, I think I got used to how Geralt is, but it's much more interesting to have him interact with characters that he cares about, not necessarily characters that you care about as the player, but characters that he cares about. He tends to get a little bit more, more depth, more nuance, and less just like, rawr, 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 me male kind of a thing. General Macho sounds like a major badass. I liked that one.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
Okay. Do your male interpretation again. It's more Geralt being... It's... You know what it is? It's largely a romance trope. it gets super old. It gets super old. But it's like the, I won't let you do this because I must protect you. Brr. It gets really annoying. I don't remember exactly what I did. It probably went, rah, rah, rah. You knew. That joke was so bad you should receive a corporal punishment. It's How I Met Your Mother. I can't dislike that. I think those are funny. It's not just him, though. I actually head desked it. Oh, Geralt, you really know what women want, how we think. Yeah. This game has some sexism problems. The Luckdate spoilers trope gets old too. The old man troll trope gets old too. Oh, fuck you up. Yeah, I even can tell no women were consulted in the writing of these dialogues. It's not as bad as Gabriel Knight, though. Those legs. And that was written by a woman! Insanity!
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could
This
be
picture
said
is
of
really
the
good.
third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges. Enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinch.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Similarities between the victims seem to be more and more of them. That they had some shady dealings, and whoever is killing them probably is trying to point that out.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under
Totally
extraordinary
agree, Heartless.
circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain,
Honorable.
the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
So we have 3 more victims. Or 2, because there's 3 now. That's what, this is a wild guess, and obviously don't tell me if I'm right or wrong. But it seems like, this is me guessing based on what I've seen so far, it seems like the beast is killing these knights specifically because they made those vows and then broke them. At least in one way or another. So I'm assuming that I'm assuming it's like the 7 deadly sins, but the 5 things that you didn't do. So like one guy had no honor, one guy was dumb as shit, the other guy was Ser de la Stingy or whatever. This guy was craven and this guy had no empathy. That's my guess. Don't talk about Belcher like that! Oh, Joe. How many women were in the room when they decided to use Siri as a segment to let the player enter a woman's sauna? That bothered me less than other things. That old lady had some perky tits. I was impressed with what she had going on. But again, that's because I'm used to the first game, which had we called them Boogeyman cards. Gotta touch them all. So basically, when you slept with a woman, the game would give you a card. So like, if you clicked on their character bio, you could click next to their name, and it showed you, like, it looked like a playing card, but it was a still image. You couldn't like do anything with it. of the naked woman that you had just banged. So that's what I'm comparing it to. So women's sauna, I'm like, eh. I totally get that it was probably unnecessary. But also, compared to the first game, we have been starved for any sex whatsoever. So I was like, boobies, yeah! Like I kind of didn't mind as much. But again, it's in comparison to like Boobymon cards. Come now. Literal objectification, yeah. But I went into it knowing that that was a thing. So I just decided to categorize it in my brain as this is ridiculous, and I'm gonna try and collect all the cards. Anyway, why those virtues exactly?
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
The beast is denouncing moral decay. It is sexist, but to what extent is it keeping with the game's theme? I mean, it's tough to say, especially because I haven't read the books, what is in keeping with the world building that was already established, and what they changed. I don't know because I haven't read the books yet. So it is possible that a lot of the stuff that they put in is because of how the world was established, but there's also a way to have the inequalities between genders. There's a way to have that be evident without being exploitative. And it's very difficult. And I think what we've all been collectively saying is that the third game does a better job of that, and there's less, like, for example, nudity to just have it there. There's a lot less of that. Like, it's gotten better from 1 to 2 to 3. But it's not perfect, and it's a difficult thing to do, especially when I'm assuming that most of the team was comprised of men. Like, without having the experience firsthand, or doing, like, interviews with, like, what's your day-to-day life like, woman? Random lady that I am interacting with. Like, even men who might be feminists might be just unaware of some things that women tend to have to go through or deal with that's common for us. But because they don't treat women that way, they're not cognizant that that's a reality for us. So even people even men who see women as equals, it could just be that they're unaware. There's a lot of nuance that without talking to the team that created the game, we're never gonna know. But that is a good point, that the world building definitely has that within it. Like, okay, so third game, I was bothered a bit by when you go to Skellige, and you have Ceres, who is awesome, and the game, some of the information that you're getting, I only have one hand to gesture with, so I'm doing a lot of this. I'm making a point. I'm serving you my point on a platter. So some of the information that the game gave you was contradictory. For example, the game told you that women and men are viewed equally in Skellige. But then once you started interacting, that was not fucking accurate. I feel like women had a lot more freedoms, but they're not equal. The part of the problem with Ceres being queen, like one of the characters, I don't remember who, says like, yeah, then like, that's what it was. Someone was like, will they respect a woman? It's like, well, it's Skellige, so it's supposed to be equal. And then whoever responded to that question was like, well, some people will, but some won't because she's a woman. And I'm like, but you just gave me conflicting information, so that kind of bothered me. And I realized that, but that was specific to Skellige because I was literally told by the game men and women are viewed equally, and then the whole experience in Skellige was not that. I thought that was interesting. Thinking about his voice, he does have... No, does he have a respiratory issue, or is Geralt really Batman? Sorry if the Batman thing turns out to be a spoiler. Damn it. Man, I'm gonna have to ban you. The addition of Ciri as an actual character instead of another lady Geralt tries to bang feels like it's the first female character from any of the games you can't fuck. Yeah. I totally can see how that is accurate. I suffer from that, but I try to keep in mind. But I'm also bothered about the ease with which statements are made about men, white people, and straight people as groups. I feel like those two are sometimes hurtful generalization and aren't contributing towards equality at all. Well, you know me, and I do not like generalizations as a whole. But when you are talking about problems in general, it's necessary to make generalizations. And I feel like, at least the people that I, like, whose writing and stuff that I read and the people who I interact with, when they make those generalizations, they don't mean literally everybody. Of course there are exceptions. Like, that is understood, and maybe they should preface what they're saying with, obviously not everybody, there are exceptions, because there are always exceptions to everything. But I feel like you're meant to understand that it's a generalization because it's the majority. The majority? That's not a word. The majority. Now I feel like I'm in some SJW blog, not in a game stream. Well, if that's not what you're down for, then I totally understand, and I will like have a good life. But I actually really enjoy these conversations. And I like discussing game writing and things that are more serious sometimes. I mean, sometimes we're just ridiculous and talking about taint and making dick jokes and laughing at the name doo-doo and stuff like that. But I really enjoy these conversations. Sorry for the stream detour. Don't worry about it. Like I just said, I really actually enjoy talking about this. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. And I get that not everybody wants to talk about it, but I think it's fun. Maybe the point was they're equal on the surface, but there are irreconcilable differences which become apparent. Could be. But based on the rest of the game, I'm not going to give the game that much of a benefit of the doubt. This game does have problems with consistency, just in general, not just in terms of sexism and gender equality. I feel like the majority of white people aren't racist, the majority of straight people aren't homophobic, the majority of men aren't sexist. In the same way, the majority of black people aren't criminals, the majority of Mexicans aren't rapists, etc., etc. Yeah, I can see what you mean. But one thing that I've learned is that you have to take... I'm using this as a generalization. Here's a generalized term just because it's shorthand. People who, like, oppressed peoples You have to take them at their word and realize that their experience going through life, like, they're not going to take one experience, most of them, most people are not going to latch onto one experience and say, this is how my entire life is because this one person treated me in such and such a fashion. It's usually a frequent thing. It's common. It's something that they always have to deal with. That people who are not in that group don't realize. Like I gave the example earlier about how a lot of men who are feminists, because they don't treat women like shit, they treat women like equals, don't realize that there are so many people out there who do treat women poorly and not as equals. And it's the same with any group. But whether or not it's the majority of people, it's a big enough problem for a lot of people. It basically comes down to people are being treated like shit and it's common and that sucks, and here's my experience and here's how we can help fix that, is basically what I take away from any of that. Anyway, I'm gonna Beast moral decay.
Moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Hey, Seeker, by the way. It's
Compromised
good to
by
see
the
you.
pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor.
Aha! I was correct.
Be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment,
My
all the
theory was
knights are
correct. I
either
feel
at the
smart.
tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunts shall begin there shortly.
I'm still reading what you guys are saying in chat. You're all making very good
Seemed
points.
excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
What's that mean, a team? Yeah, I think Heartless made a very good point. I mean, you're all making very good points, but I just... People who have been routinely stomped on and oppressed their entire lives might not always perfectly talk about their experience, nor is anybody who's had a very strong experience with something might still be speaking emotionally, wording themselves from an emotional place. And another good point, which I think is what most of us have been trying to say, is you don't have to be racist, sexist, etc. But because systems of oppression are so deeply ingrained in our culture, it's hard to know that they're there and that we're doing them until it's pointed out. Yeah, see, we all agree here because we're all not shitty. A lot of non-racist, homophobes, sexist, transphobes still perpetuate all the things by participating in said practices. Exactly. Personally, I don't mind creators doing whatever they want with their fiction. That's not quite what I was saying. It just, like I said, it was just the Skellige example because I expected, based on what the game told me, I expected to see something different that was not in practice. And I don't feel like the game thought about that specific place in such a nuanced way that they would purposefully give me lore and then have the lore be incorrect. If you hear generalizations and automatically think they're talking about you, there's a chance you're not really listening and trying to find offense instead of the point they're trying to make. Yeah, and if you're being blamed of perpetuating a system of oppression, I don't think, and obviously there could be exceptions to this, I wasn't there for every single instance of this, but I don't think that most people are blaming you just because you are XYZ, or you're not ABC. It's probably because you are actually doing it, whether you realize it or not, and the people pointing it out, again, I'm generalizing, I don't know the situation, there are always exceptions, are probably pointing it out because they know that you're not a shitty person. And so they're like, hey, this thing you're doing is not cool. Like, I have done some terrible things without realizing that they were terrible, and now I know better, and now I'm working on it. We are not all shitty. Yeah. No, I don't think anybody here is a bad person. We can do what they want with their fiction, and we can say what we want about what they can do with their fiction. Also true. I'm not trying to debunk. By the way, thank you guys. I'm going to go turn my light on. Thank you guys so much. I love my community so fucking much that we can have these conversations sometimes, and nobody is like mean or accusatory or upset. Like, we can have real conversations with each other because everyone here is a good human, and that's so great, and I just thank you guys. It means a lot to me. I mean, in general, I don't think there's a problem with this game. Oh, okay. They made it the way they wanted to. Of course, you don't have to like it, but whatever. I mean, the way they wanted to was a little sexist, if that's the case. It's a problem with a lot of games, it's not just this game. But that's the way that they made it. What's that mean? A team?
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
I had to do something to make up for getting you so aggro at the Pretty Lamb spoilers. Yes, of course, that's the only reason. Should point out I'm speaking in broad terms. Yeah. I completely agree. Everyone here is making excellent points. And other than the game being a little sexist, I don't think that I've disagreed with any of you. We're all pretty much on the same page. Like, no one here is a shitty person. We're all just trying to be good humans to each other. Equality is treating everyone equal, particularly in regards to status, rights, and opportunities. When people advocate equality, they aren't saying you should treat everyone the same, they're saying you should give people an equal and basic level of consideration. Yeah. Of course, but I'm constantly evaluating my own actions. I feel like the only way to know that you're right and improve yourself is to constantly doubt what you're doing. That sounds like a pretty harsh way to go through life. If you're constantly judging yourself, it's good to be aware of your actions. But if you're constantly evaluating your own actions, I mean, I'm speaking to you specifically because I know you. But you have to realize that you're probably going to overlook some things. I mean, that now I'm back to generalizations, but people, even people who are trying to be aware of what they're doing, you need outside information. Just like in this, okay, tying it back into the game, not, that's where my brain went. Like, these virtues are so ingrained in their culture, it's so common to them that Damien, the guy who's probably very good at his job, being an investigatory and whatever, he didn't even think of that. Because that's just how it is. That's like, it's not something that would, like, his brain wouldn't pick that out as something to think about because it's just there, it's always there. Like, everybody has a different experience, a different life experience. Culturally, we all have different experiences. And sometimes you just need outside eyes to point stuff out to you. So, like, you can't do everything on your own. You can't recognize all of your missteps on your own. Sometimes other people have to point it out because you don't realize it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Very, very few have a good grasp of what happens in their subconscious. Oh, true. I missed some stuff. Please consider the possibility you might be wrong. Yeah. What is right is still being developed. Always. Always. I love learning new perspectives from people. Makes me get the bigger picture. Yeah. The other day, a story by Selena Gomez popped up. I'm going to click on this and
Your Grace,
I will read
Milton
more later. I'm really enjoying this conversation, though.
You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace.
Oh my gosh.
Horses, ready our horses.
Seeing her and then the very pointy Disney-esque castle in the background reminded me of
Grace.
Okay, she's kind of baller. Reminded me of Shannon Z. Killer. Just, she took a picture of her at Disneyland, I think.
Your Highness,
She was like dressed in Victorian gear and the hair is very similar. She's adorable, Shannon. Super nice lady.
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Yes. She won that dress, what a waste.
Your Grace
Oh,
right
shit.
at home in the saddle.
Suddenly. Hold on, let me finish this and then I'll return to our discussion.
Clear the way, I said!
With some rogue? Very suddenly, we're in a horse chase. I don't even know what we're doing.
Hurry.
Alright, hold on. Being a woman makes you precisely that, a woman. But I think you're latching on to her vernacular. And I don't feel like what she meant was, and obviously I don't fucking know Selena Gomez, but I don't feel like what she meant was, we're queens, bow down to us, blah blah blah. I think it's just like, have some fucking respect. is the essence of what she was trying to say. She just didn't phrase it well necessarily. But like, men are, in general, again, generalizations, men are not talked about that way. Like, you will very rarely hear men being objectified and treated disrespectfully like that. And I think it was more on a level of just like, have some fucking respect. Like, we're both hitting that, what up? Like that. That's how I would phrase it. You know, like, I feel like, again, like Heartless said, people who go through an experience and then talk about it are not necessarily speaking about it in the proper way. And this is, in my personal life, led to many arguments between me and most people, because I just say stuff. I don't always, unless I'm writing, like physically typing, and even then sometimes I screw up because I'm human, but I don't always phrase things the proper way, or in a way in which the party I'm speaking to like, it's not the perfect way to phrase it. You say stuff and hope that the people reading it or hearing it try to understand your underlying meaning instead of nitpicking your words. At least that's how it is for me personally. I can't stand it when people fucking nitpick the words that I choose. And that creates problems, you know. Interesting points, gents and lasses. Looking for some advice on this. My manager is going to the surgery today. We need to diagnose his problem. Here's what we know. Some sort of growth on his perineum gives us pain. Had it for 2 or 3 years. Well, I'm not a medical professional, so I can't help you with that. She was trying to empower women after super misogynistic event. Yeah. I feel like this overcompensation is not healthy. But again, you're viewing it as an overcompensation. I feel like what she meant underlying was not treat us precisely how queens historically are treated. Like, again, with the bowing and scraping, or we're above you, or anything like that. I think underlying what she meant is that queens meaning woman who is worthy of respect. Not above, not below, just like that. That's what my brain associates that with. And I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But I feel like that's why so many people liked that statement, because they weren't picking the exact word queens. Like, it's a problematic word to have chosen. I get that. But I think the reason she chose that word was because she associates queen, how you treat a queen is how you treat someone you respect. And she could have chosen a different word. It probably would have been better and less, like, there are other connotations to the word queen that are obviously problematic and not what most of us are assuming she meant. Obviously, none of us are her, none of us are her friends, so it's, we're all guessing, but that's what I think she's trying to get at. I feel like there's a bit of a cultural disconnect between me and most of the people I interact with, as I'm Dutch and most of these people are in the US. And there's a big equality or equity gap there. Yeah, and also because the US has never had kings and queens, so even though we know logically what kings and queens and like literal royalty historically has meant, it's just not something that was ever in our culture. So, like, that's might be another cultural disconnect. As an apparently rather handsome man, I find myself being objectified all the time. I can see how some would find it insulting, but I usually take it as a compliment. Perhaps that's the difference between men and women. We view such attention differently. I'm sure that there are also women out there who see it as a compliment. But it depends on phrasing. It also, because men in most cultures have the upper hand and don't have to deal with all of the bullshit that comes with being a woman. Like, I feel like, let's say, what I'm trying to get at is if men and women were actually treated equally in whatever culture. Here's a pretend culture, all humans are equal. Then people being objectified, it would become a personal thing rather than a gender thing. And some people would like it, and they would like the attention and say, yeah, my ass does look great today, thanks for noticing. But other people who might be uncomfortable with that. And that would be on a personal level of how they perceive certain comments. But because women in a lot of cases are already treated as less than, and then on top of that to be objectified, it's not really a compliment. And a lot of people don't feel like it's a compliment because of that. I always advocate that the intention counts, not the verbalization. Yeah. Meeting. Time to be back soon. Alright, Heartless. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's out the other way. Yeah, you're right. You are right. That you probably do have to choose your vocabulary much more carefully, or just be talking to someone who knows you very, very well and knows your meaning inherently because they know you. And that is not equal, and that is unfortunate. The problem with objectification is not the objectification itself, it's that some people want to be objectified. Yeah. Notion of being objectified against your will, being robbed of your agency. It's a global norm where women are expected to be objectified. And if someone doesn't want to objectify a woman, they must be an SJW for As a non-handsome man, I also feel objectified negatively. Aww, I think you're handsome. Yeah, power structure. That's what I was trying to get at. Guys, I'm loving this conversation. I was supposed to go on break 15 minutes ago, and I'm just like, zoomed in on chat. I love this shit. I love that we are discussing this. And again, for those people who are new, this is not like every day. It's once in a while, but I do really enjoy it. And then other days we're just making dick jokes. Because they're funny. Alright. I am gonna try and progress the quest though.
The participants must find the unicorn's horn,
because the music is getting a little intense.
With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option.
Aren't they making us go on like an Easter egg hunt?
So we shall have to break the rules.
Basically.
Est flows in the veins of Toussaint.
Cutscene. Oh. Oof.
On second thought, through here.
Dick jokes because they're funny.
I shall show you where the hunt plays
yes.
out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
I wouldn't say you're necessarily branded to be a perpetrator. I'm sure that that has happened. Oh shit! Fuck. What?
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish.
I didn't realize there was a choice happening.
Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook us for
but
bets.
because
You must simply
of the
definitely
power
find it.
structure, you do need to choose your words more carefully.
The unicorn. How do I catch
So
it?
in that way,
It's terribly
you are
skittish,
being
true, but
treated
I'm sure you will find a way to earn its
unequally.
trust. It runs around over there. Look. The
Oh.
golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other Phoenix Egg hunters.
Phoenix Egg hunters, okay.
All clear? Then let's get to it.
But yeah, people.
A fruitful hunt to you, Witcher.
Where the? A fruitful hunt to me. Oh, thanks. Wait, was she handing out fruit, like literally? Because that's kind of funny.
Here in Beauclair, all's right and fair.
This is here, so I'm going to here.
This is no true unicorn.
Alright, I gotta walk around. I tried to make it. Meow! There's a meow!
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Am I gonna Axie the horse? Because that'd be kind of funny. Horse, please! Oh, come on. Is that a unicorn? Or is that a strap-on? I like, oh my gosh, unicorn game. That I like, that's a nice touch. I'm a sucker for a...
Almost had it.
Excuse me? Oh, use your Witcher senses to find his treat. I just was chasing it. I was just running after it. Okay, hold on. I feel like I missed something important. Hold on. I'd like to order some extra friends for the Hype Gang, please. Perfection Foxes, welcome to the Hype Gang. You're just in time for us to woo a unicorn. Subdue a unicorn, woo was the wrong word. I'd like to order some extra friends for the Hype Gang, Yatanaki, also welcome to the Hype Gang. We're hyped that you two have joined us, and so we dance, and so we dance, and so we dance. This is our hype dance. This is our hype dance, but it's not always the same. Wiggly arms, oh wiggly arms, I'm sweating, it's gross, I'm gonna stop. Ha! Thank you guys both for the follow, I appreciate it. And welcome to the Hype Gang. For those of you who are new and you want to know what the fuck's the Hype Gang, why is there a meerkat in that corner over there, and also Desi is up there, you can do !Hype Gang, and also !Meerkats, that's with a K, and figure out what the fuck I'm on about. I'm giggling at the mansplaining comment. Sister's like a salty sailor, shouldn't fit any mold. Probably. That's a valid comment about the intention thing. I agree with you, Kat. Yeah, you see, you're coming at it from a like don't force your lifestyle in someone's face if it conflicts with what they believe. But that's exactly what a lot of religion, like the Vatican, and a lot of government inserts himself into people's lives and meddles with I'm not going to call it a lifestyle because it's not a choice. But it meddles with their life and restricts their rights as human beings because they're this way, that way, the other way. So, like, let's say, for argument's sake, that the government didn't restrict anyone else's freedoms based on being gay or trans or black or blue or whatever. If the government didn't do that, then I totally see your point in, like, they might not agree with, like, they don't like you, but they're going to let you do your own thing, so don't be obnoxious about it. But that's not the case. So it's exactly what Kat said. Protesting an institution that has real influence over most of the world and is against the very thing you are makes all sense in the world. And yes, it's totally a strap-on the horse's head. Some unicorns are wearing strap-ons. Yes, they are. They are indeed. Only virgins can ride unicorns according to legend. Where does that legend come from? Oh, Sean was also ranting? What was he talking about? Unicorn sprinkles fall from the sky, everyone cheers. Yeah! Is it the only way? Of course it's not the only way. But it is a way and a valid way. If you want to be left in peace, then do the same for others. But you can't do that when the government doesn't let you. Or the Vatican, or what have you. Whatever the big, powerful thing is that is, yeah, exactly, not leaving you in peace, which is the problem. Kat is exactly, you're already ahead of what I'm saying. I'm trying to catch up. I just had a woman scream that I was raping her at an airport because I didn't see her when I leaned to see the baggage claim and bumped into her. While I do admit that this sort of thing is a huge issue, I do feel that some people abuse the issue. Of course, there are shitty people all over the place. And that's appalling that she would do that. On the other hand, I mean, it's still appalling regardless of what her experience as a human is, but she could have actually been raped in her life, and that could be how it started for her back when it happened. So she could have actually felt that and panicked. And while I totally think that that was an out-of-line thing to say or do, I don't know this woman, so I can't say. Yes, Trumpet is like the perfect Christian, like super understanding, like how religion is meant to be. Trumpet is a Christian, and he's kind, and he doesn't want to oppress people, and he doesn't try to like turn you. It's Ness. And that's why me and Trumpet are friends, because he's just a good human who happens to believe a thing. It's not a because they were jerks first thing. That's not how that is. It's not like they started it. It's like, please just leave, like bringing attention to the fact that problems are still happening because of this institution is what, say, that's part of what a pride parade is about. For example, a pride parade. And it's not like, we're going to do it here to be obnoxious. I mean, maybe it is a little bit. But it's not their dicks so I can be a dick to you. That's not what it's about, and that's not what it is. Who's talking about ranking systems? Just in general or for a specific game? Yeah, I believe it's Santiago. Fuck, I'm back. You guys haven't solved all of human history to now yet? Not quite. No, I get what you're saying, that no one should force their values on anyone else. I understand that that's what you're saying at the heart of things. Especially if you get slow. Yeah, they're not trying to convince you that being gay is the right way to be. Whereas many major institutions like the Vatican are trying to convince you that being gay is a sin and you should, treat these people as less than. I'm having trouble verbalizing now. Gay marriage is now legal. Kind of. There are so many nuances that, and there's always laws being passed trying to repeal people's rights without actually repealing the laws, but like trying to create loopholes and trying to take away people's rights. So while gay marriage is legal, there's so many little nuances, and it's being a gay married couple is not the same as being a straight married couple. At least in the US. I don't know about other places. But what if someone is here to be obnoxious? Joe! You're always obnoxious, don't worry, and we love you for it. Felt weird being in Legend in Hearthstone, so went on a rant about them. Got it. Okay, leaving work now. I should be able to catch more of the stream when I get home. Alright, Joe! Travel safe. I don't like getting political in public. My views are not shared by a lot of people and they tend to piss people off. Yeah, so I don't talk about politics. I feel like politics is sort of a separate topic. And say, for example, if someone in chat was going to bring up Democrats versus Republicans, I would nip that in the bud and be like, let's not go there. But we're more talking about, I mean, it started off as a discussion of sexism in The Witcher specifically, and then grew to encompass oppression in the larger world and the laws that perpetuate that. Which I feel like it's not, I mean, it is involved in politics, of course it is, but I wouldn't necessarily say that the discussion that we're all having is a political one. Better to talk about these things than sweep them under the rug. I agree. Alright, I'm gonna continue with the game. Cause, oh shit. You know what, I'm gonna go on a, 3-minute break. I was supposed to go on a break half an hour ago, so I'll be gone for 3 to 5 minutes. I want to rest my eyes. I've been like hardcore staring at the screen because my eyes have felt very cloudy today. So I've been like, let me read the chat, and like shoving my face in the screen. I'm just gonna rest my eyes, get some more water, go to the bathroom. So I will see you guys very shortly. And I will play some musics. Here we go. I apologize if the music is not great. It's the Twitch music library, so it's all free for me to play and I won't get muted, but some of it's not very good. Huzzah! Okay, here we go.